Professionally, I was originally trained as a demographer, statistics and demography. So you can see I've moved a long way. I'm also working a lot on, I used to work a lot on women in the labor market. I still do a bit of work, also work on women and microcredit and how that affects their lives. I work a lot on health, and more recently I'm working a lot on citizenship. And I feel that there's a lot of link between the process of, becoming a citizen, process of strengthening your citizenship, and the process of empowerment. I think there are many sort of strong links there, and at one point we want to make that link too, but not right now. In the pathways sort of South Asia hub, I came into it because I think I sort of worked with many of these people before, and we sort of thought we might form a good team, working team together. And also, although we hadn't worked together professionally, we've known one another for a long time as friends. And we find that actually it turned out to be quite a good team, and it's quite a good combination. Yes.
Yeah.
So Maheen is been the coordinator, so she has a different type of background, and Firdaus has been an academician for all her life, and my background is basically as a researcher. So we bring sort of different strengths and also our weaknesses too.
Sure.
But I think we've managed to bring together build a good team. And initially I was involved in this whole business of bodily integrity, and I didn't fit very well in there. And that was because I had worked a lot on health, and people thought that might be a good fit for me, but I didn't. I wasn't. But then, so in the second phase, when we had these separate sort of streams of research, I chose work because I think that's where I have a lot of experience in working, and also I have a very sort of weakness for numbers, and that's why both Nala and we have a weakness for numbers, and we push for this survey. It was a bit of a struggle because in the pathways, this is I think one of the few rare countries themes which are actually going for a big survey.
I was going to ask how you balancing the qualitative and quantitative aspects of the research.
We are going to also be doing a lot of life histories and sort of in-depth case studies, which we will pick up from our survey sort of list of respondents that we have for the survey, and we as far as possible we'll try to get women to represent the different types of work, maybe not all but at least some, and there we are actually going to be doing life histories, and I think we'll have one of our team members attending the Ghana workshop in December on training on life histories. And so we want to do that, and also we want to do a small case study on looking at female health workers, which is also going to be very qualitative, and Pakistan has also completed their case study on female health workers. This is government female health workers, and we also have a big quite a large number of government female health workers working in Bangladesh for quite a long period of time, say about 20 years. So we want to look at these women and the case study and compare between Bangladesh and Pakistan. And we think that there are a lot of, because at one point we were one country, and we want to see what has happened in the last 30 years, and and it might be a good comparison to have the same type of work, comparing the same type of work in the two countries. So those are the qualitative sort of research that we're going to do, which we think will complement the survey. And also I think the case studies will help us to understand some of the reasons and some of the causalities that the survey will throw up, patterns that the survey will throw up, because we will not be able to understand causality from the survey. We will need actually the in-depth interviews and the case studies. So that's how we want to sort of link the two, and I think we have a complementary sort of research.
And when the survey kicks off?
The survey will kick off after I think middle of December, towards the end of December, because we have another Eid coming up, and there'll be we want to start after that. So it will be end of December, early January.
Okay.
And the census is being conducted now, because we are conducting the census from where we are going to pick up, because we want this survey to be very scientifically designed and picked. So nobody can, sort of raise questions afterwards. We want it to be a very hard scientifically hard design.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, I think it's been very interesting for me because my background. Most of the people here working are really from other types of disciplinary backgrounds, and mostly anthropologists, sociologists. So in that way, it's a bit challenging for me. The other challenge I think is really to pin down what we mean by empowerment. I think we have not done that, and I think sometimes we will have a tendency of avoiding it because it's difficult. And I think that is going to be a challenge.
Do you think it's possible to define?
I think we can get sort of, not define, but we can actually maybe get sort of we can look at outcomes, which we think is an outcome of the process of empowerment. We can look at outcomes, and we might want to sometimes people identify process indicators, and I'm not very sure about how good those are, but I think we'll try. I don't know what we'll come up with, but we'll try. But I think we can. I don't know. It's difficult. And also, I think there's a lot of differences between the different hubs of what constitutes empowerment in different contexts.